three-year sixth grade block program. What they call it sixth grade block because the whole block of sixth graders goes to music at the same time. And this year there's 5 classes and they go to 3 teachers. That's why we have 3 huge groups. Okay, so we have first, the band, after we do the Star Spangled Banner, the band will play, and then, where is she? Okay, band, strings, and then choir. But before we start, we will have, the choir is going to evenly spread themselves out in their 4 rows. Choir, are you evenly spaced out? I think that the second row sopranos needs to spread out. Okay. A little ahead of me there. The people that are going to be singing the Star Spangled Banner will start heading down right here, and they are Malaya Marqueda, Riley Spinks, Mia De La Mora, Jessica Robles, Keely Thomas, Kelsey Hills, Kylia Jangard, Emily Pena, Gina Huang, Madison Biggs, and when we practiced last week, there were only about 6 of them, and I decided to add to them today. So the rest of them just got about a 30-minute notice that they were singing this. Okay. Oh, will you all please stand for the Star Spangled Banner?
It's so good to see everybody once again. I won't use the microphone because it sounds a little tinty, so I think I'm talking in a voice that everybody can understand and hear. Can everybody hear me in the back? Okay. Good. Well, we are the band. We're going to perform first for you, and we're going to give you a little capsule of what we've been doing for the past 9 months. And it's been a considerable amount. Considering they're beginners, they have a lot of fundamentals to learn. And one of the first fundamentals, or actually the last fundamental we learned for this school year as a beginner is the concert B-flat scale. What they're going to play for you right now is an exercise we play every day, but it encompasses all of the fundamentals they've learned since August of last year. There's many of them, from sitting properly, to holding the instrument properly, to taking a breath, learning how to use their muscles. It's all in here. So the first thing we're going to play for you is the concert B-flat scale. Hold it back. It's taken a year for beginners to learn to play that concert B-flat scale, and I only mentioned maybe half of what the fundamentals were that were involved in doing that. It all started back in August with learning how to open the case so it was upright instead of the case downright and the instruments falling out. Those are the things that we've had to teach this year, step by step, all the way to the point where they can play the smooth concert B-flat scale. That's pretty impressive because at this point they have 8 notes that they can play. Now they can play pretty much any song that they want to, and we're going to show you that as we go along today. Since our zone concert a few months ago, we've been working on a couple more fundamentals, that concert B-flat scale, and a concept of a different way to learn how to play music, and it's called improvisation. And we usually do improvisation around the genre of jazz. We're going to play a little blues for you today, and a couple of our students, we'll see when I turn around who volunteers, are going to raise their hand and they're going to volunteer to play some solos for you. Improvisation is based upon the fundamentals you heard and knowledge of the song that we're playing. Right? It's not just making up whatever you want off the top of your head. You have to have fundamentals. And those that have strong fundamentals can improvise really well. And you're going to hear some great improvisers. The first and foremost thing, though, is that it takes a lot of courage just to stand up and do this. And it's another step on learning how to be more successful and how to be more confident in playing these inanimate objects that we put life into. So here's the blues, called hard rock blues, and you're going to hear a couple of soloists on this. So, raise your hand, people. Good. One more time. Partner, I don't have good memory. You guys help me out. Better remember to raise your hand. Oh, it's over. Okay. If I don't point to you, please help me out, okay? All right, here we go. And I'm going to demonstrate for them the first time through, and this is kind of how they learn by listening to me do it, as well as the fundamentals and knowledge they had of the song they're playing. Everybody says. we like to encourage that cycle of success. The more they do it, the better they get at it. The better they get at it, the more fun they have. The more the fun, they want to practice more. The more they practice, the more they do it. So we keep girls going in that cycle of success, and lo and behold, these musicians start to blossom and go to the next level quicker and quicker and quicker. Please keep in mind, again, all of these musicians behind us have only been doing this for 9 months. Okay, it takes 7 years to learn a new language. They've been doing this for 9 months and internalizing what they have to do for a lot of things. So it's great what they're doing, and we hope they all continue to do this. Right? Almost all the songs we play up to this point in the school year are what we call melody. If you came to any of our concerts, you heard them play, and they all play the same thing. But from this point forward, they don't do that hardly ever again. We do what we call melody with harmony. We're going to play a simple duet with you, but it's harmony nonetheless. As they play more songs, it becomes more complex. They have 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts. They no longer just play all the same thing. There's 5 different instrument groups behind me. They're going to have 5 different parts. So this is a simple little duet that starts to show where we have melody with harmony, and it's based upon an old melody called Aura Lee, or a melody most of you know as Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley. Your choice.
'53, Aura Lee. Some of the hardest playing to do in music is to play slow ballads with long, sustained notes, especially as a wind player. It takes a lot of control, a lot of training with what we're doing with our hair. So they did a good job with that. Right? Who can tell me what year the movie Star Wars came out? I think it was 1976. You're close. Same year, the bicentennial, movies like E.T., Rocky. A lot of great things happened then, but we're going to give a little tribute to a musical era that came about around then, and that is the disco era. How many of you parents out there remember the disco era? Come on, come on! Well, anyway, those great movies were great movies, and they had some great music. Star Wars was written by one of the greatest American composers ever, John Williams. Right, the composer of the music from Superman, from E.T., Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Schindler's List, and the list goes on. The Olympic Fanfare. John Williams is one of the most prolific composers we can imagine. So we're going to play a little Star Wars for you, but we're going to give a little tribute to the disco era as well. So here's Star Wars, a little disco beat.
All right, we got one more short little thing for you, but again, this has been a capsule of what we've learned over the years. The music we play, if you can remember back to September and October, and if you heard us in December, the music we play has become more and more difficult. More fundamentals involved, more musical thoughts and expressions, more proficiency. As they continue to grow on their instruments, it goes exponentially too. The learning curve is slow at the beginning, but then the payoff is great if they continue to practice hard, learn the fundamentals. Then pretty soon they can play anything that you put in front of them, and the stars are the furthest they can go. So we hope that you've enjoyed listening to it at home now, that it's a little bit more musical than it was in September and October. But we're going to end with a little tune we call cheer. You've heard it at every basketball game and football game.